Alright, so at the outset, you already know by the title that this video will likely be controversial, but what I want to encourage you to do is to share your thoughts anyway. I consider this a safe place. We try to make it a safe place. Remember that your opinion does not have to be the same as mine or anybody else's in the community. The one thing that I do ask you to do, though, is to make sure that you're being respectful in the comments. Don't be an armchair warrior or a keyboard warrior and hide behind the keyboard and say all kinds of nasty stuff to someone that you know that you will likely never meet. Be respectful. We don't all have to have the same opinion, but it's about just discussing the issue. So let's talk about woke culture today. And I want to share my thoughts on this because I hear a lot of people get upset when they talk about woke culture, especially the impact that it has on our movies and our TV shows and all the kind of great stuff that we love to talk about here on the channel. A lot of people don't like it. A lot of people think it's disruptive. A lot of people think it's unnecessary. A lot of people think it's just about being politically correct for the sake of being politically correct, and all it does is really hurt our entertainment. So here's what I think about that. I think that that's not true. I think that woke culture is actually a good thing when you're talking about TV and film, whether it be in front of the camera or behind the camera. And the reason I say that, and I've said this before, is that it gives you exposure. It exposes you to talent that you did not know was out there, and it breaks you from the norm of what you normally see. There are so many good actors, good actresses, good directors, writers outside of just American cinema that if you never had exposure to, you would never know about. If we kept everything encapsulated in American cinema, and that's what I'm talking about here for those of you guys that are part of the dark side community that's outside of the US, I have the US as my frame of reference because that's where we are. But if we didn't get exposure to anything else, think about how many good shows that we would not have because we just didn't know about it. It makes me think of Kingdom, the Korean zombie period piece on Netflix. An amazing show. And I don't even like zombie movies, but it's an amazing show, rather, on Netflix. But it is a Korean produced show. But it's fantastic. The exposure that it gives us not only to great acting, but fantastic directing and cinematography we would have never known about. For those of you guys that enjoyed Ragnarok, which I really enjoyed, again, another international produced show on Netflix, wouldn't have ever known about it. So for me, it's about exposure to talent. It's about broadening my horizons. It's about learning about different things, different shows, different ways of producing, different ways of directing. When you look at Asian cinematography, it's a lot different than American cinematography. I actually like it better, especially when we're talking about fight choreography. So exposure to all these different things is important, and you would not get that if people were not pushing diversity with our film and our TV. So I think all of that's a good thing. Now, I do want to say this. I do not believe in sacrificing talent or quality just for the sake of diversifying. So my point is, let's use Superman for an example. If you bring Michael B. Jordan and reboot Superman and have him come in as Superman, but his performance is weak, if he can't pull off the role, I don't care if he's black or not, he should not be playing Superman. So I don't think that you should sacrifice talent just to push diversity. I think that those two still need to be in place. I think that if diversity is going to be there, the person still also needs to have the talent to bring value to us, the viewer, and what we watch. And the same thing behind the camera. I don't think you should push it just to have a black director or an Asian director or whatever director, Indian director behind the camera, just so you can say we're diversifying our talent if these people do not have the skills. They have to have the skills. A good case in point is a lot of us here love Into the Badlands on this channel. And one of the things that Daniel Wu said, we've interviewed him several times on this channel, is that they purposefully tried to diversify the show. They wanted to do that. But he also talked about the importance of the individuals being able to pull off the roles. They still had to pull off the roles. They didn't just put people in roles because they were diverse, but they couldn't act. So I'm not down with that. I'm not down with sacrificing quality or talent just for diversity. But I do think that diversity in and of itself, whether you want to call it woke culture or not, I think is a good thing because I think it gives us exposure beyond just what we are used to, and that heightens our entertainment value. So those are my thoughts on that. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Keep it respectful. Peace.